what they're doing. There's 4 million people coming in.
It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
What is the cost of lies? It's not that we'll mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all.
Why would I have anything to say to you? All you do is wrong.
What else is left but to abandon even the hope of truth and content ourselves instead with stories?
It's the role of good journalism to take on powerful abuses. And when powerful abuses are taken on, there is always a back reaction.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans, right. You're saying that's not gain of function?
That is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially.
When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
About is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them. Okay?
Welcome back, Habbening Bros. It's Monday again. I hope you've all had an excellent weekend. Doing fine here over at Habbening TV. It is lovely to see you all. Tonight on the news, we have, the thing that everyone's talking about, but it is simultaneously a bit of a nothing burger. There's been a big ass helicopter clash? Helicopter clash, yes! There was a big arena above Kyrgyzstan, or wherever it was, Azerbaijan. Helicopters battling to the death, and it turns out that the Iranians lost. No, that's not really true. The Iranian president, foreign minister, and a bunch of, other important Iranians have crashed in a helicopter in heavy fog over, I think it's Azerbaijan? One of the Jans or Stans or, one of those, countries, right? And, it took ages to, for everyone to figure it out, and they're all dead, and everyone's like, well, I mean, there's been some muted celebration, obviously. The question is, was it the Israelis? I mean, no one really seems to know. It's been a bit anticlimactic. Everyone, all the news watchers were expecting, oh, they're dead. Next thing is going to be missiles heading towards, Tel Aviv or something. But no, nothing's happening. Presumably, the Iranians are doing sort of a investigation. It looks like there, might be a bit of a color revolution brewing. There's always that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll be covering that. But again, apart from the crash, there's not a hell of a lot to cover. Secondly, Australia bros. I hope you want a digital ID because you're getting you are getting it. Australia has officially passed the Digital ID Act. But it's fine, right? You can still choose not to use it if you want. You could always use a company that does exactly the same thing. Look, it'll be fine. It's for your safety. We promise. They definitely won't use it to control your speech or persecute their political opponents. And if there is one government you can trust, it is the Australian government, as they proved during COVID. They put the fundamental rights of their citizens before everything they do. No, of course they don't. Everyone's worried as shit that this is going to be terrible, but as usual, Australia's basically just sleepwalking into oblivion, and they're like, she'll be right, mate. Sure, the government knows what it's doing. You're like, dude, have you literally been alive over the last 4 years? Whatever. And finally, bros, I apologise for the cringe that this is going to inflict upon you. The Labour Party, the UK Labour Party, the the incarnation of boring man, has dropped their election platform, what they're going to do. And oh mate, I mean, I know they've got policies, but I think they're trying to like dissuade people through like sheer boredom. And I'm going to play some of the fucking most boring shit I've ever watched in my life. You know, they're all like, oh, you know, we're gonna do the thing. There'll be like new stuff for everyone. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna like have a man literally made out of drying paint who will like boringly explain to you. I think maybe, you know, they're like just trying to take any of the spectacle out of politics and just sort of essentially make it so boring that everybody tunes out. Or possibly they have a special vendetta against people such as myself, and they've decided that, you know, if they can't boot me entirely off the internet, what they're going to do is force the people that I have to watch to be so boring as to induce some kind of, you know, cerebral aneurysm, or, you know, like I guess you get one of those when you're excited. What's the opposite of a cerebral aneurysm, where you just fall asleep and never wake up again? That's the Labour Party, ladies and gentlemen. You know, so you know, it's all good, and of course we have the, you know, the usual panoply of funny and cute videos afterwards to, you know, and the cringe, you know, to help you cope with the horrors that I'm about to inflict upon you, for which I do not apologize. I had to sit through them, so all of you do as well. Those are the rules. I didn't make the rules. I mean, technically I did. It's my show, but you know, I have to. Look, you know, them's the rules, bro. Them's the rules. Let's see who we've got in the chat today. On Rumble, Sadie Sapiente, Crispy13, Proper Pictures, good to see you, man. Total Blackout Painting, Rat Fun King, Yiz the Eunuch, of course, good to see you, Yiz. I will be on Discord and Dragons tonight in about 3 hours or so. And Paladin YYZ, good to see you as well, sir. In Odysee, we have Jeffrey Mill, Speak Your Mind. Anybody else? No, it's just the hardcore Odysee crew here tonight. The bros are here. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming along. And on PooTube, we have Simon JJ. Good to see you, man. Timmy Bobinson, Victorian Time Traveler, and Total Blackout Painting, who is double writing the chats. Thanks very much, mate. He's double fisting the news fist. He's grabbed it in both hands. He's typing away in both chats. Thanks, mate. I appreciate the views. Fuck knows I need them. Fuck, I'm not too proud. I'm not too proud to beg for views. Right, let's get on with the news, shall we? Okay, let's get to the. Oh, of course, today's meme. Taxes are the price we pay to live in a civilized society. You call this civilized? Ha! Well, I mean, you know, I suppose it's better than some places on Earth, but I am still a bit dissatisfied. If I was buying this society on Amazon, I would be like, 2 stars. Society arrived not as described, was much more expensive than I was promised, and I think the seller called me a racist and tried to, you know, steal my entire life. So, you know, 1 star, would not recommend. Tried to return society, but seller said that they were the only game in town and I could shove it up my ass. So, you know, definitely 0 stars when it comes to customer service. Yeah. It is what it is, bros. It is what it is. Right. Let's get to the news. Wait, where's the goddamn window? Right, here it is. Okay. So we start off with the Iranian helicopter clash. Why do I keep saying it? This is my new technique to like warm up for the show. I just, you know, like act like a retard. No, seriously, right? Yeah, no, this is probably a serious news. I don't know, mate. Iran announces interim president after Raisi's helicopter hit a mountain and disintegrated. Yes, it looks like the Iranian president had a bit too much mountain in his eye. I shouldn't laugh. I don't know. I don't know. Are the Iranians the good guys or the bad guys? Someone please tell me. I have to know which side to take on this issue. You know what I mean, right? Like, if they find out like Mossad did it, right? Like the BBC will come out and be like, well, he did have it coming. You know, right? I mean, we wouldn't countenance like assassinations in our country, but you know, when it happens in other countries, well, you know, he did have it coming. So this story was going on all last night. First, there was the news that the helicopter, which was part of a 3 helicopter convoy flying over Azerbaijan. Hey, I was right. I knew it was some kind of like Bajan. This is the Mossad Twitter account. I figured if anyone would have accurate information on what was going on, it would be Mossad. So I was like, well, let's see what Mossad has to say. You know, perhaps you'd like a nice falafel. I don't know, whatever, right? So yes, over Azerbaijan, they were traveling in a 3-helicopter convoy with the Prime Minister, the Foreign Minister, and a bunch of other important people traveling in heavy fog, right? Like it was you know, like just you couldn't see anything in front of you. And apparently they thought this would be a good idea. I don't know. Some random person on 4chan who reckoned they were a pilot said that they do this all the time and you can fly on radar because, you know, you don't have to see to use like radar and all this kind of like other stuff. And that, you know, if he was flying the, you know, president's helicopter, whoever the pilot was, presumably he'd be very, very good at this stuff. And, you know, it's no big deal. I am not a pilot, so I cannot speak to this. But I do know they have instrumentation that can see through fog. On the other hand, the helicopter that they were flying was like a Bell 122, something like that, some like old pre-revolutionary helicopter that they bought from the US, and because of the embargo, they haven't been able to get new parts. I don't know why they didn't just buy something more modern from the Russians or the Chinese or something. Maybe the Chinese helicopters are a bit, you know, they only make them in electric or something like that. I don't know, right? But it was an old helicopter, not exactly the most modern thing. So apparently it hit a mountain and disintegrated. It was originally reported as having a hard landing. And it was very, very confusing, this whole story. People were saying like it was it was landing, they were alive, then they were saying like they couldn't like find it. Then eventually they sent out a bunch of search parties, then they got like the Turks sent up like a drone over like the area. Remember, this isn't inside Iran, this is in Azerbaijan, which I believe is like southeast, something like that, right? So, excuse me, presumably the Iranians couldn't just say, hey, how about we send a bunch of drones into your airspace? I don't know what the relationship is between Iran and Azerbaijan. Could be a bit frayed. So anyway, the Turkish volunteered a drone. It went over, it allegedly found the crash site, and about like 9 hours later, after the original report, they found some wreckage, and they then confirmed that everyone on the chopper had died in the crash. Interestingly enough, the other 2 helicopters in the convoy made it to the destination safely. So the big question, of course, on everyone's mind, is it the CIA? Is it Mossad? Is it, you know, nobody knows. I presume, I imagine this is the question on everybody's mind, right? The death of President Ibrahim Raisi, 63, along with Foreign Minister Hussein Amir Abdullahian, and other officials after the helicopter went down over mountainous terrain near the border with Azerbaijan. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has named a new acting president of the Islamic Republic. Vice President Mohammad Mokhbar has assumed interim duties in the wake of Raisi's death. Additionally, Iran's nuclear negotiator al-Bagheri has been named acting foreign minister. This follows a Sunday statement by Khamenei assuring the public that there would be continuity and stability in the nation's leadership. Iranians have taken to the streets in what's expected to be several days of a national mourning period. Now, there have also been some reports of some scattered celebration in Iran. You've got to remember there are still a bunch of people who are still salty about the revolution and want Iran to go back to the way it was under the Shah, where, like, you know, women could like wear miniskirts and look all hot and have their hair uncovered and not be ruled by the mullahs. A situation I definitely have sympathy with, but I haven't seen sort of, you know, any sort of large scale gathering. On the other hand, the Iranians do have a bit of a reputation for shooting people who do that right in the fucking face. So that could possibly be the reason. But also, to be fair, I mean, I've got some footage of celebrations that allegedly took place in the UK. So this is outside the Iranian embassy in London. It doesn't look like a huge crowd, bros. I got to say, you know, check it out. So, right. Enough of that. So, as you can see, right, there are some people celebrating. I mean, you know, why wouldn't you? Quite a few people fled Iran to England after the overthrow of the Shah, and they know, like the oh god, there's some fucking name for it. You know, the mullahs, the theocratic sort of like state of Iran. So, you know, J. Chiva Loophole. Oh, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Fog always makes me think pilot disorientation. I remember an RAF Chinook on its way from England to Ireland, loaded with top spooks, plowed into a mountain in fog, and that was the RAF. Yeah, well, exactly, right? Most people are basically sort of saying, like, you know, it's Rat Funky. I'm not going to read that out, but yeah, that's very funny, mate. Most people are saying, you know, look, it could just be the fog. It was really foggy, right? So check this out. This is the weather that was like around the crash site. Here's some footage from the people like searching.
واقف شده. الان همکاران ما این گزارش رو تهیه کردن میفرستن. البته کار بسیار سخته. الان تصاویر رو مخاطبین محترم میتونن ببینن که چگونه گروه‌های امداد در حالی که شب هست، بارندگی شدید وجود داره، هوا به شدت سرده، دارن با پای
sorry, right. Stuff's like fucking up. Okay, hang on. Wait. Stop with the... Why is that window stuck up? Oh, God. Okay, right. So I just realized that my audio router wasn't on, so I didn't have any audio from the browser. I do apologize, guys. I do apologize. I think we had like a power outage. Right. So it should be working fine. But yes, as you can see, right, it was really
در واقع بالگرد حامل رئیس محترم جمهوری اسلامی و هیئت همراه رفتن به اون
fuck's sake. Thanks guys. As I was saying, it's so incredibly foggy. You literally couldn't see a hand in front of your face. If you were like Mossad, presumably, and you know, snuck a bomb on there earlier, then that would have been the perfect time, I guess, to to trigger it. Nobody knows. Presumably, there's going to be a whole bunch of people like looking over it at the moment. This is the first view of the crash site that came in. That was basically this is from the, I think this is FLIR from the Turkish drone. I don't think there's any audio. Oh, there's some, but I mean it's just plain sound, so I'll talk over it. J. Chiva Loophole, it's all part of the stream's charm. That's right, it is part of the charm. Flying raw. It's like a, you know, crap kid trying to like do crap martial arts, something like that. So yeah, as you can see, this is an infrared image. There's like a big sort of heat blob in the center there, that is basically sort of the remains of the fire. The helicopter in question was absolutely totaled. These are the people who died. I don't really know exactly who these are. The president, the foreign minister, and a couple of other people. You know, yeah. So this is the crash. It doesn't look like there's a lot left, bros. And there's also been a lot of like weird fake images as well, going around, too. So it's weird. I don't know what to think, really. Let's see. Is that all of the tabs that I had open? Yeah, right. So we go back to Zero Hedge. Yeah, you can see more of the wreckage here. Bodies of the deceased were hiked out of the remote region of the crash. State media has indicated that there were 9 people aboard, including bodyguards and clerics. The aging Bell helicopter had reportedly hit a mountain and disintegrated amid high fog, low visibility. This is not at all the hard landing. So that's what they were basically saying originally. They were like, it's a hard landing, bros. Yeah, that's a hard landing, man. That's they've declared a week of mourning, and then of course, everyone's like, is it the Israelis? Is it the, you know, this is the question everybody has to like ask in 2024 when anything crazy happens. They're like, what about the Israelis, right? On Monday, an Israeli official denied involvement in the crash, telling the Reuters news agency, "It wasn't us. I swear, it wasn't us." Okay. I don't think at this point anyone's going to believe anything you say. Raisi, 63, was widely regarded as a hardliner in the country and was nicknamed the Butcher of Tehran. Nice. I wonder what cuts of meat he enjoyed. Now I made myself sad. Over his role in sentencing thousands of Iranian prisoners to their deaths in 1988. Sounds lovely. Iranian rescue teams are now transferring the bodies. Many world leaders have basically said, offered their condolences, 3 days of mourning, all this kind of like other stuff. So the real question, I guess, is what is going to happen next? Is this going to change or destabilize what's happening in the Middle East? I guess at the moment, nobody knows, really, is the honest answer. And that's why you've got all of these articles like this, where they're just listing all of this stuff. Nobody really knows how this is going to happen. Khamenei, of course, the head honcho, the big taco, the big sort of, mullah enchilada, with the funny headgear and stuff like that. He never basically leaves the country. He never travels on planes because, he knows he's got a target painted on his back. So, as the head of I think the way it works is there's a Supreme Council and the Ayatollah is the head, and there's some election stuff, but it's not just literally the Ayatollah. So it'll probably keep going on. So there you go. You caught up. You've seen the celebrations, and you basically know as much as I do now at this point. Right, on to our next story. Let's see. Right. Australia. F's in the chat for Australia Bros. They have just passed the Digital ID Bill 2024, transitional and consequential provisions. It has passed in Parliament. It got past the Senate without basically any debate, something that some of the conspiracy theorists, senators, were very upset about. I personally can't believe that they have conspiracy theorists in the Australian government at this point. Surely they have purged them all, dragged them off to a ditch somewhere out in the outback and given them a much needed talking to before shooting them in the face. The fate that awaits all traitors to the Australian regime. And those who, think they're a bit of a fucking smart ass and try and think too much. Hey, mate, or you think you're a little bit smart. I can't even do a fucking proper Australian accent anymore, man. That's how fucking long it has been. Now, of course, this is the way they're selling it. These bills will provide individuals with secure, convenient, voluntary. I don't know. Am I cynical, bros, by thinking that it's not going to be voluntary? It'll be voluntary at first, but give it 10 years and you literally won't be able to do anything without it. Voluntary and inclusive way. Oh, as long as it's inclusive. As long as it's inclusive, bros, right? Kick in my door and take away my fundamental rights. As long as you do it in an inclusive way, right? Inclusive and understanding. To verify their identity for use in online transactions with government and business. The bill will legislate and strengthen a voluntary accreditation scheme for digital ID service providers. Oh, hello, Livia. Good to see you. Thanks for coming along. That wish to demonstrate compliance with best practice privacy, security, proofing, and authentication standards. Rat funking. How to do an Australian accent? Repeat after me. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah. Nah, yeah, nah. I'm not doing that. Yeah, nah. Embed strong privacy and consumer safeguards in addition to the Privacy Act to ensure that users are protected. Oh, well, I fucking believe them. Mate, look, if the government says you're going to be protected, man, you can take that to the bank as long as you don't want cash. We're talking about that as well. Strengthen government arrangements for the accreditation scheme and the Australian government digital ID system, including by establishing the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission for the Digital ID Regulator and expanding the role of the Information Commissioner to regulate privacy protections for digital ID. So basically, right, they're spinning up a bunch of standards. They're spinning up an ombudsman. They're kicking 288 million towards this thing. And, you will be able to have a government ID. In fact, they've already got one. It's called mygov.id, mygov ID. Mate, when it comes to retarded propaganda, Australians rule the world. They're even ahead of the Canadians. I swear to God. And they're going to basically enable certain stakeholders to also help them do this. Now, this is the moment that it was passed without any debate, without any division. I mean, like, you know, who needs debate? JG the Loophole Newsfist, I bet you still remember Anzac Day, though. No, I remember those nice cookies, but apart from that, no, not really. But, you know.
Third reading, the bill for an act to provide for the accreditation of entities in relation to digital IDs and to establish the Australian Government digital ID system and for related purposes.
I have to report that the Digital ID Transitional and Consequential Provisions Bill 2023 has been fully considered by the Federation Chamber and has been agreed to without amendment. I present a certified copy of the bill. The question is that the bill be agreed to. I'll put the question. Those opinions say aye. Against no. I think the ayes have it. Those have it. Division required. No division required. This bill has been agreed to.
Third reading, the bill for an act to provide for the accreditation of entities in relation to digital IDs and to
Oh, for God's sake. I don't know what's going on with me tonight, bros. I pressed that button again. Yeah. So they were basically trying to sell it. Fucking hell. 2 lines of both safety and convenience, right? They do love to do that. Anyone, of course, who's like, shut up. I'm not retarded. I'm not retarded. Thank you very much. Do the sign language. So, you know, I'm going to play you some crap Australian propaganda for justifying this. You know it, don't you? Enjoy, bros. Enjoy.
Constantly verifying your ID can be a hassle. Sharing your driver's license, proof of age card, passport, Medicare card, birth certificate, and address details puts all that information at risk of falling into the wrong hands. But there's a solution that makes our lives a whole lot easier and our personal info a whole lot safer. Say hello to Australia's digital ID system. It's a straightforward, safer way of verifying who you are online, putting you in control of your information and providing a secure and convenient way to access online services. Picture this. You're changing jobs, getting a new phone, or applying for a loan.
Picture this. You're doing literally anything, sitting on your toilet, about to open your fridge, about to get in your car, and you think to yourself, well, how would the government view this perfectly normal activity that was like normal up until 10 years ago that I'm about to do? Well, fear not, citizen! With your digital ID and accompanying carbon purchase app, you too can find out what the government wants you to do at any given point in time. Want to go to the bathroom? Make sure to check your carbon consumption app first, otherwise hold it in. Fuck.
So you have 3 copies of your private information stored who knows where. Good news. In the future, you'll be able to do all of this without sharing copies of your personal ID documents. Wherever you are, no long queues, no paperwork. And once you've chosen and set up a digital ID, you can use it again and again for services connected to the system.
Totalitarianism is so convenient, bros. I mean, like, I can't believe the convenience. And this is the point, as Rat Fun King points out, right? What you're essentially introducing is a single point of failure into this system, right? If this government system, if this government repository gets hacked, and you know it's going to get hacked, right? I mean, like, right at this moment, all around the world, right? 1 million hackers are like salivating, being like, oh, mate, if we can fucking get into that. What if they downed the goddamn system? What if ransomware got in and they managed to like encrypt the entire, oh, mate, nothing could possibly go wrong. You know what I mean, right? Sati Sapiente, how quickly are they going to get hacked? Well, that is the fucking question. I mean, remember the Indians did this, right, with a system called Adyar, and it got hacked. The entire thing got leaked onto the internet. So with everyone's personal details, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine, bros. Come on, and this is Australia, right?
Did you know there's already a lot you can do under Australia's digital ID system? Things like using your MyGov ID to do your annual tax return or setting up your access to claim back childcare costs online.
Wow, man. Did you know you can already use your government ID to pay the money that the government forces you to pay and submit an application for them to pay you back some money that they already took for you? Oh, mate, the future is fucking awesome, dude. I can't wait.
In a world where cybersecurity is top of mind, the digital ID system safeguards your personal information and saves you time when you need to verify your ID online. Australia's digital ID system brings together government and industry digital IDs that meet strong privacy and security standards. This will mean more secure digital ID options for you to choose from and more ways for you to use them. So why not join some of the millions of people already verifying their ID through Australia's digital ID system?
So why not join up? Why not be biometrically scanned? You know, it's not like you got a choice. I mean, like, you know, you don't have a choice whether you want to use a digital ID, but you do have a choice of like which, you know, digital ID provider you want to use. Of course, they're all tied back to the government, but you know, you have a choice. Oh my God, I hate this bullshit so much. In case you're wondering, wait, who was it who said like that sickly sweet voice? Oh yeah, it was Rat Funking. Yeah, that is basically the voice of the Australian government, right? There's like that voice, and then they've got this like other voice that's like, don't worry about it. You know, we got to do it for Australia. She'll be right, mate. Do your part. Those are the two voices of the Australian government. It still gives me hives listening to this shit. This is the way that they were shilling it on Australian mainstream media. This is from, I think, Channel 7. They've only got like 3 channels in Australia. Well, I think 4 if you count SBS. Check it out, bros.
The state government is about to launch a new form of digital ID that means you'll never have to hand over your personal details to anyone again. It will all be stored in the Service New South Wales app on your phone, which will prove you are who you say you are.
Scanning his licence, passport and Medicare card, in less than 3 minutes, the minister proves he really is Victor Dominello.
This is unquestionably the Holy Grail.
This is your first look at the state's new digital ID.
This is a huge step forward in giving back people control over their data, control over their identity.
Personal credentials will be stored on your device. No IDs need to be handed over. And that means keeping your address and birth date to yourself. If you need to hire a car, rent a property, set up a bank account, check into a hotel, or prove you're over 18 to buy alcohol or attend an event.
So basically everything, right? And I want to point out, this isn't for the law they just passed. This is New South Wales already digital ID app that they have. So convenient. Bros, you know, do you want to go out at night to an event? Do you want to buy alcohol, hire a car, get behind a car, you know, get a hotel, all of these things. Or buy ciggies, which of course you can't do in Australia anymore. I don't think they banned them outright, but I'm pretty sure they did that thing where they like banned them under a certain age. Or was that just the UK? Oh my God, it wouldn't surprise me.
All you need to do is tap your phone and that will be a validation that you are real.
Australians from, you know, the kitchen table to the boardroom table would have an increased anxiety following the deluge of data breaches we saw late last year.
But this seeks to take away the...
Yeah, people are a bit anxious after all the data breaches, so what we decided was to get all of the data and cluster it in one place run by the government, and that will absolutely fix the problem of data breaches. Fucking hell, man. Oh, dude.
Risk because companies will never have a copy of your details in the first place.
But how can it trust you are who you say you are? Well, you'll need to take a selfie, which will be cross-checked against other forms of ID you've submitted, and when there's a match, you're good to go.
The technology will be...
You're good to go. Now, see, that right there is a classic Australianism, right? That is the way they do all of their fucking propaganda, right? I remember during COVID, they were like, Have you got your COVID pass? Have you had your vaccine? You're good to go, right? Do you have questions? Fuck off. We're not addressing those. Just do the thing. You're good to go. I hate it so much, bros. Oh, and we got a super chat from Paladin YYZ. Wait. I gotta find the confetti. Isn't Stevie Ray Vaughan's old pilot from Azerbaijan too soon? I don't get the joke. Did he die in a helicopter crash? I don't know. Probably too soon, but thank you very, very much for the $10, Paladin. Muchly appreciated. Good, sir. Have another confetti. By the way, I'd like to just point out, this is confetti of color. It is highly diverse. It represents confetti from all different types of confetti. So we are hitting our diversity targets, bros. Right.
Opt in and should be available later this year, although you'll run into problems interstate.
More than happy to offer it to other jurisdictions.
Amy Clements, 7 News.
God, it's making me ill just watching this, bros. Fucking hell. Now, there was some pushback from, those conspiracy theorists who have not been taken out the back and given the old, bullet for Australia for the good of the country yet. Of course, these concerns, can be safely disregarded. The only people basically saying them are conspiracy theorists. So let's hear what the crazies have to say, eh?
Life is about to change for every Australian. As much as Senator Gallagher seeks to downplay the significance of introducing one central digital identifier for each and every Australian, the reality is this is the most significant legislation I've seen in my time in the Senate. It's the glue that holds together the digital control agenda by which every Australian will be controlled, corralled, exploited and then gagged when they speak or act in opposition. This bill will be misused because this bill is written to be misused. The government knows digital ID will be compulsory, but the device of preventing access to government services, banking services, air travel and major purchases for any Australian who does not have a digital ID.
Oh, great. Oh, come on. Now the key for my audio router has just decided that it doesn't want to work. What the fuck is going on here, man? Ah, dude. And of course, I can't figure out what the fucking key is for. Ah, dude. Why? Why? Right, hang on. I might have to just do this. Sorry. Just talk amongst yourself for a moment. Where's the goddamn password for this bloody thing? Ah, dude. Why? Why does it do this to me? No. Fucking hell. Yes, the anti-white internet goblins are onto me, clearly. Let's see if I can, find it in this. Oh, dude, this is, terrible. No, the key is not in here. What the hell? I'm probably going to have to just restart it every single freaking time. Okay, let's see if it'll work now. Sorry about that, bros.
The digital ID will in effect create a live data file of your movements, purchases, accounts and associates containing reference to every piece of data being held in the private and government sector as a first step in a wider agenda. Those listening at home may be wondering how an individual could avoid being drawn into this net of data, trading and surveillance. The simple answer is you can't. The government knows control will be used by government to identify people who say mean things on social media to speed up enforcement of our new laws against saying home truths to crazy or dishonest people. No hiding behind anonymous accounts or false addresses. You can expect a knock on your door at home, work or school, as we're seeing happening in other countries with digital identity already in place.
Right. Okay. So I've discovered the key. I guess I'll just keep it going until it, craps out again. Oh, man. Why? Right. Anyway, now, Of course, this is not the only problem going on with Australia at the moment. They are basically transitioning to digital cash, like to digital with like no cash left on at the moment, right? Now, this is being presented, of course, by the mainstream media as though the only problem with this basically is for senior citizens, right? Now, of course, there's much more to it than that, but just to give you an idea of the kind of, messaging that Australia gives to its plebeians, check this out.
Well, concerns are growing for senior citizens with more and more banks going cashless. Yes, banks going cashless. Over-the-counter transactions are no longer available at some Commonwealth Bank branches, with cash only available through ATMs. For more, we're joined by the Chief Operating Officer of National Seniors Australia, Chris Grice. Thanks so much for your time, Chris.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you.
Not everyone's happy about this. I mean, a cashless trend, what's going on?
Well, we're not only sort of seeing cash being sort of, I guess, removed from the economy, but we're seeing obviously a deliberate play to transition everybody over to digital transactions. 2030, they're removing cheques from circulation, so there's a big shift to getting people off cash.
Big shift, also a big adjustment for those it most impacts, including seniors and regional communities.
Indeed, and the feedback that we're getting is that it's not as easy as just tap and go and away you go. It's sort of like some of these regional communities in particular have challenges around internet access, and so even if you're a grey nomad travelling the length and breadth of the country, if you're going to inland Australia and you're wanting to pay for fuel, well, you've got to have cash with you.
If banks do continue down this path, I mean, what does it mean for seniors? What can they do to cope? It's their cash after all. How can they get it?
Yeah, well, and also to get cash, they've got to pay for it as well. We're seeing more and more transaction fees being added onto their accounts if they want to access cash, in particular through ATMs that aren't necessarily provided by the big banks. And I guess there's a lot of work that needs to happen in terms of educating and informing senior Australians in terms of being able to operate with using their smartphones and these apps. And there's even risks around that. I mean, the organisation you're talking about that's sort of making this change, they had an outage on their app which basically lasted a day. So folk who were using the app, it indicated zero balance, no money in their account. And they weren't able to access their money for an entire day, basically. And so that forced people back into the branches and long queues to just get access to what's their money.
Yeah, it's a brave new world with.
Yeah, but you got to understand, it's not their money. It's the bank's money, right? It's not even really money, right? It's sort of like a claim that you have allegedly, to money that you have sort of loaned to the bank. It's freaking crazy, right? There's no real sort of like cash or anything left. They're basically trying to phase it out. Again, this is some other crazy bullshit. Enjoy.
Outrage in Queensland tonight after a local woman rocked up to her bank to withdraw cash, only to be told they didn't have any. Taryn Compton wanted to grab some notes to pay a tradie, but when she got to the ANZ ATM, she realised she'd forgotten her EFTPOS card. When she asked the teller for the money instead, she was told the bank doesn't carry cash.
And Taryn Compton's here to tell us all about her terrible banking experience. Taryn, what did you think when you walked into a bank only to be told they don't have cash?
I thought it was absolutely crazy. I thought she must have misheard what I wanted, if I'm honest. How can you go to a bank and not be able to get your own money out?
Now, this is the kind of like thing you'll see when they're trying to bring in these new policies, right? What this basically is a way of sort of, telling the population it's a new thing now, right? They're not saying, oh, the government should do something about it, right? They're not saying like, oh, this is really bad. They're just like, oh, this is crazy. Like, oh, I guess we just better accept it. You can't stop progress after all. Like, oh, fucking hell, I hate it so much.
Taryn, that's what I'm confused about. So what's in the bank if there's no cash? Isn't there, if you open up the safe, what's in there? How did they explain it to you?
They just said, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, don't ask questions, man. Just fucking consume product and get excited to fucking consume next product. Like, what's even in the bank if there's not a safe? I don't understand. Did you do any research? Did you try and pick up a fucking book? Did you even go on the internet and try and like find out what the fuck? No, man, no. Look, that's not our job. We just report the news. Far out.
We can't help you. There's nothing we can do. We don't have cash here.
So did you think maybe that was a temporary situation? That maybe they were going to get some cash tomorrow?
No, she actually said, we don't carry cash anymore. We can't help you. She did say, if you're desperate for it today, you can transfer it to another bank and try and get it out there, but we can't help.
Was she in on how absurd this was? Like, did she get it was like you were walking into KFC and they said, sorry, we don't do chicken?
No.
You know, having like your fundamental right to transact privately with another citizen is like walking into KFC and they don't have any chicken, mate. Oh, mate, I nearly fucking died. Could you fucking believe it? Oh, mate, they were out of chicken at KFC and my family's in fucking jail and starving because they can't get anything out of the bank because they said a naughty word and the government sanctioned them. Fuck me, mate. This is the state of Australia, I'm afraid. This is like, you know, what normies watch on the news. It's fucking insane.
She wasn't. She was just, I'm really sorry, we can't help you. We just don't have money here anymore.
Taryn, do you think that banks should carry money, as in cash?
I do. They have got my money in their banking system. I should be able to access it, right? You have got my hard-earned cash. Where is it? I want it. And when the answer that you get is I just...
Yeah, so, I mean, the bank's just like, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. Sorry, sir or madam, you could always go to the other bank. I mean, Australia only has 3 main banks, right? And they're all going to phase out cash at roughly the same time. And then you're screwed. And even at the moment, the only way that you can get cash is through ATMs. They cost a lot of money. What do you need cash for? Are you doing something that the government wouldn't like you to see? God damn it. Look, we're only going to jack the tax rate up to like 70%, right? Who wouldn't want to pay 70% tax? What are you? Some kind of racist or conspiracy theorist? Now, this is a very, very interesting thread. I'm going to go through it. This is from someone in Iceland who is talking about digital ID. Apparently they've got one in Iceland. But since Iceland is not sort of trying to wipe out its indigenous population, it's not quite so bad. So, in Iceland, the digital ID system is linked to each person's Kennitala or social security number. I sign into everything with my electronic ID via my phone anytime I access my bank account, phone services, accounting, tax, insurance, credit score, manage my assets, car or house, power bill, medical record, when I vote, or even want to pull up a store receipt of something I bought. It's all linked to my digital ID. Everything in one place. Everything. You cannot not have a digital ID and live in Iceland. It is impossible. You can't get the power turned on, get a phone number, buy or register a car, rent or buy a house, or even buy certain items without having a digital ID. You need one. It has its benefits. It makes life more streamlined, but it also means there is no privacy at all in Iceland. Anyone can look up where I live, the license plate of my car, how much tax I paid last year, my phone number, you name it. It's public and available, and all you need is my number to find it all out. But the government has access to more. Of course they do. The Icelandic government and tax office has access to my bank accounts and knows every transaction I make, what I spend, and what I earn. They don't need a warrant or anything else to access it. It's theirs. They just need probable cause to look at it. Australians, this is what is coming for you. Over the coming years, the government will make it impossible to opt out of the digital ID system. You will need one for everything. And most importantly, they'll coerce Australians into adopting it by creating laws that link it to the most important thing you need to survive in today's modern world, your bank account. Of course. They'll do it on the grounds of anti-money laundering and financial safety. The government will enforce laws onto banks, among the many ID and verification laws already mandated on banks that if you don't have a digital ID, you won't be able to open, keep, or use a bank account. If you refuse, you'll be effectively locked out of society because in today's modern world, you need access to banking services to survive. And it's weird that they always do this kind of stuff talking about banking inclusion. But of course, as everyone paying attention at this point knows, inclusion basically means exclusion. So whenever they start talking about inclusion, they mean a system where they can exclude people that they don't like. Banking will be first, then everything else in society will be linked to a digital ID. Nothing, again, will ever be private. Just like in Iceland today, the government will know everything, always, forever. And he goes on to basically say the only way that you can opt out is to get a bank account in a foreign country. But the thing is, that's not going to work because at some point you have got to transfer money to your foreign bank account, and the government will be able to see that you paid out or, you know, money came in, right? So crypto, crypto is the only way around it, and even then there's problems. The real solution would be Monero, but Monero is being massively stamped on because, you know, governments just do not want you to have cash at all, right? So that's awesome. Right, final story. Labor. If watching a puddle slowly dry in the sun was a political party, it would be, you know, Keir Starmer. Except under that puddle is like Pennywise the clown. That is Tony Blair. You know, being like, hey kiddies, you want a digital ID balloon? You know, we all have digital IDs down here. I can't do his voice. Yeah. I am digital ID, the dancing clown. We all have digital IDs down here, kids. Fucking hell. So yeah, I think this is basically Labor's plan. They are going to appear as boring as fucking possible. You know, like if Pennywise the clown basically like put on like a fucking, you know, like an NPC face. Wait, where's the NPC thing? Yes. So imagine the NPC face with Pennywise the clown sort of like lurking behind it, and they'll be like, "Oh, look, don't look at the government, mate. The government's boring. Who wants to look at the government? You know what I mean?" And meanwhile, they'll just be like, you know, eating your kiddies. So Labor's first steps: deliver economic stability. How? Cut NHS waiting times. How? Launch a new border security command. Okay, well, you could lower immigration and thus sort of, you know, do 1 and 2, technically. Set up Great British Energy. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be nuclear, right? I'm pretty sure they're going to like pivot to nuclear, and they're going to be like, how is it that no one mentioned that nuclear reactors are basically net zero? And everyone will be like, we have been mentioning it repeatedly over and over and over for literally like the last 10 years, you fucking idiots. 5, crackdown on antisocial behavior. I wonder if they're going to expand that to mean, you know, hurty words on the internet. Oh, don't worry about it, bros. Don't worry about it, right? Like, you know, and recruit 6,500 new teachers who will probably be trans and diverse and of color and, you know, full of vim and Marxism. So tough spending rules, keep inflation and mortgages as low as possible. Well, how? You're going to need tons and tons of money in order to pay for this. Oh, let me guess. They're going to like jack taxes through the roof, right? Cut NHS waiting times, paid for by cracking down on tax avoidance. There you go. Answered my own question, didn't I? Launch a new border security command with hundreds of new specialist investigators and counter-terror powers to smash criminal gangs and strengthen our borders. Publicly owned clean power company. Paid for by a windfall tax on oil and gas giants. So they're gonna jack the price of oil and gas by taxing these like companies, presumably, and then I don't know, route it all into like solar or something. Crackdown on antisocial behavior with more neighborhood police, paid for by ending wasteful contracts, tough new penalties for offenders, and a new network of youth hubs. Oh, mate. Well, that's going to solve the knife crime. The problem with all the knife crime, right, and all the drill rappers and like the people fucking dealing like fucking crack and heroin in places like Camden, right? They just don't have enough youth hubs, mate, right? Because when, you know, Ngubu like came over from like fucking, you know, the Caribbean or something like that and hooked up with that like drill gang, right, and started like slinging white and brown, the problem is he didn't have enough youth hubs, mate. Fucking, you know. But on the other hand, they could use this as a sop and actually ramp up policing at the same time. So they could be like, oh yes, of course we're ramping up policing, but it's not racist because we have like new youth hubs or something like that. And recruit 6,500 new teachers, paid for by ending tax breaks for private schools. So fees for private schools are about to go up, forcing presumably more people to go to public schools, which is just how they like it. And this is, mate, I don't know how much of this I can watch, but I'm gonna give you guys like a flavor. This is Labor's Twitter account. This is the face they're putting out to the. I warn you guys. The cringe is coming early this time. Let me see if hopefully the static isn't back on my audio thing.
One card, 6 steps, in your hand, a plan to change the country. Step 1, economic stability. Because if you lose control of the economy, it's working people who will pay the price. And I'm not prepared to allow an incoming Labour government ever to do that kind of damage to working people.
This time, we're gonna damage the rich instead. Look, somebody's got to be damaged, right? Okay, right? And we're gonna damage the rich this time. It's okay. We'll just print more money. I mean, I wonder if fucking people like Starmer even understand how the fucking economy works, man. You know, look. Oh my god.
The second step is cutting NHS waiting time. 40,000 operations and appointments every single week, paid for by cracking down on tax avoiders and the non-dom tax status. Step 3, a new border security command. I will never accept that it is impossible to take down the vile gangs that bring people in small boats to cross the channel, and we will smash it. Step 4, Great British Energy, owned by the taxpayer, making...
Oh, God. Oh, I'm feeling ill, bros. I got the Starmeritis. Help me. I think I'm going into anaphylactic Starmeritis shock. I'm gonna need my EpiPen or something. You know, I think I've developed very severe Starmeritis, guys. This is... Here's the more government, give me more. I want more government. Oh, mate, give me more. Chief loophole, pass the mustard gas. So they did like 6 of these videos outlining each step. I'm not going to subject you to all of them, but I just thought I'd give you like a little flavor. This is their one on antisocial behavior, fronted by this woman who looks, I don't know, mate, the modern face of the socialist Karen.
No one comes and nothing is done. That is the refrain we hear far too often.
No one comes and nothing is done. I hear that's basically what it was like when Labor tried to hold an orgy. Aha! Ba-boom! Tsh!
Across the country, talking to local residents about crime, policing and the criminal justice system. After 14 years of Conservative government, 90% of crimes go unsolved. There are 10,000 fewer neighbourhood police and PCSOs on the beat. More criminals are let off. More victims are let down. Serious violence, such as knife crime, has shot up. And community confidence in policing and in the rule of law has plummeted. That is the abysmal Tory record on law and order. And in the Labour Party, we know that security is the bedrock on which all other opportunities are built. And that is why the first step in our crime mission is about making our communities feel safe and secure again.
So Miss, I have a question. Yes, you in the back. How are you supposed to fix crime without being called a racist? Oh, for fuck's sake. Hang on. I don't know. How are you supposed to fix crime without being called a racist in current year? I mean, there are certain groups that are overrepresented in the crime stats. I of course can't say what those groups are because I would be called a racist. But, I have heard it said that, look, everybody knows, okay, right? Like, it's like the knife crime and stuff like that. Or is they just going to be like, look, we're the Labour Party, we can't possibly be racist, right? Look, we've got Dawn Butler, right? We can't be racist, bros. Right, let's see. Oh, I'll spare you the rest of that. And we've got this. This is the guy who's going to do immigration. Why do they all look so ill, bros? They just look pasty. Oh my god, check it out.
I come from a background of service with the army, where I served in Afghanistan and Iraq, and at the National Crime Agency, and then the Ministry of Defence, where I spent much of my time in counter-terrorism, playing my part to help keep our country safe. The country needs a leader who understands results and how to deliver. This is what our leader, Keir Starmer, offers. Keir himself has experience smashing terrorist cells as the nation's chief prosecutor. And last week, Keir and Yvette introduced serious policy with a new elite border security command. Now that will include the National Crime Agency, the police, the border force, and also the finest security services in the world, MI5. And they will have new counter-terror powers to better monitor, track.
Wait. Why do they need new counter-terror powers? They already have all of the power. What new powers could they possibly need? The problem is that they haven't been using the powers that they have, right? Like, look, I know people who work in these institutions. Like, they're just not doing anything because they're all afraid of being fucking called a racist. Oh my God. Yep. So look, I'll spare you the rest. However, I do have one piece of good news for you, bros, UK bros. So the Telegraph is trying to start a national campaign to pull down all of the COVID bullshit that is still hanging around like some kind of like weird rotting corpse. Pandemic professors call for a national campaign to get rid of Britain of warnings that tell people to socially distance and wear masks, because it's a time that would better be forgotten, right? It's not important about like who, unleashed weapons grade, military grade psychological warfare on whom. It's not important, who tested out digital ID and all kinds of like terrible stuff on whom. Don't look back in anger, bros. Let's just forget it all happened. It won't happen again. Right? Right. Oh God. So yeah, they're basically like, because this costs money, obviously, right? So like, you go into tons of shops and you still see these like fading stickers and weird loudspeaker announcements and all this kind of like other stuff. They're going to have to put all that money into like cancer now, for no reason, of course, right? Like, there's, don't be a conspiracy theorist. So, I guess that's a kind of right spot. I don't know. Right. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on to the cringe, bros. Let's get on to the cringe. Daffy Duck. Always there for me. Always there for me with his stupid face. Let's see where we are. Right. And I'm afraid, you knew it was coming, bros. You knew it was coming. Why would anyone be against, transing kids? It's natural, bros, right? Animals in the wild, they do it all the time. They go and like get surgery and get their like bits cut off. It's totally natural, bro. We swear.
The paparazzi really are everywhere.
Everything you were taught as a kid is wrong.
You make me wanna dance. Gay penguins, bisexual lions, sex-changing clownfish.
This is a queer planet.
Queerness has always existed. It's only in humans that we have such a stigma about it.
The idea of just having two fixed sexes is clearly out of style.
Mother Nature is pretty open-minded. Sex is not just for reproduction.
It's clear that no matter where you look on our planet, nature is full of queer surprises.
To be honest, we should all probably get laid a little more than we do.
Yeah, man. You know what would help you cope with, like, a rapidly decaying society and the incipient totalitarian takeover? Just have sex, bro, right? Just go on Tinder, bro, and have, like, a lot of meaningless sex with people, and then you won't be focused on anything else, right? And if you could chop your, like, meat and two veg off as well, maybe get some zipper tits, that would be great, too. This is like... Did you know, Canada bros, that you now have your very own Bolshevik Communist Party? Here they are in the flesh. And it's a sign of the times that literally an ideology responsible for literally killing like 10, 15 million people, they're just like, oh yeah, we're out, we're doing it. We love it. Whereas anyone trying to like stand up like, you know, against totalitarianism like the truckers, they get no one's kicking these people's door in. Is all I'm saying, and they really should.
Tonight is the night before the founding Congress of the Revolutionary Communist Party, and I'm here with some comrades from Edmonton. So how did you guys get here? It was a 9-hour trip for me. We took a plane to Toronto and then the train from there.
We flew direct from Edmonton to Montreal. We took a week off because we absolutely needed to be here.
It's really exciting to be here. I can't think of anywhere else I would want to be. This is literally being part of history. We're going to be part of the party, part of the founding of the party that's going to change the world, that's going to liberate us all from the system that oppresses us. I can't think of anything cooler that I want to do in my life than be a revolutionary and making the world better.
And it's amazing to be here with like not only comrades from across Canada but from across the world, really showing like the internationalism of like our party and our international. It's fantastic to just meet all of these people and interact with them. Not feel so alone, really. It's amazing.
The working class in Canada is sick and tired of constant oppression. The working class in this country hasn't had a genuine workers' party for likely over 100 years. The NDP has been nothing but a reformist milieu. It is time for a genuine revolutionary communist party that can lead the working class to power in this country. Godspeed, comrades.
Woo! So now I'm over here with comrades from Halifax, Cape Breton, and Charlottetown. So how did you guys all get here?
Yeah, we just drove to Halifax and then flew here.
I drove all the way from Halifax. It's about 1,200 kilometers.
Woo!
Flew straight from Halifax.
Nice.
I'm here because this is the first time we're going to see genuine Bolshevik politics active in this country for about 100 years.
Yeah, so you're going to see actual Bolshevik politics active in Canada, which is good because I hear they've got the famine lined up for about 2030. The Canada Demore, eh? Oh, mate, I can't believe they just let these people roam around. I'll spare you the rest of this clip. It's fucking horrible. What the hell is this? Oh my God. So Bill Gates is out with his new, you know, it's going to be bad, bros. Check it out.
This is a true story. It's about good people doing great things and how that can lead to even greater things. And it all started with a Scottish cow. Not that type of cow. This type. And a partnership between Professor Murodi and Professor Coffee. Together, they created a program that identified desirable traits in cows and then matched them with other breeds to produce more milk.
Basically, it's a dating app for cows.
Oh, it's a dating app for cows. Oh my God. Sadie's, you can't play too much cringe. Yes, I can. Yes, I bloody can. I can. I may lose a subscriber. No, you got to see this. It's so retarded.
The scientists in Scotland then partnered with scientists in Kenya, where this research was adapted to breed their own dairy cows for farmers like Josephine. Seen here with Mukuni, who churns out 16 liters a day. Wait, that's twice as much as her previous cow. Chai! Now, extra milk means extra income. And extra income can go towards things like education. Speaking of education, at this school in South Africa.
Yay! More Africans. Yay. So happy, bro. so happy.
A game-changing toilet gave kids like Ompile here a clean and safe place to go, which in turn led to an 80% drop in absentee rates. Oh, sorry. And do you know the best part? They are made right here at this factory in Johannesburg. And do you know what else? They plan to distribute these sewerless toilets all across Africa. The tech from these toilets came from...
Honestly, I would have thought they would have distributed the sewerless toilets like to India first. Just saying, bros. Just saying.
From China via an initiative implemented by Professor Li Zifu. Here's one installed in... Psst, I beg, can you help me out here, Professor?
黄山店村。
谢谢。
不客气。
Speaking of reinvention, at this hospital in India, Arti Kumar, along with a team of medical experts, are championing a newborn skin-to-skin technique inspired by kangaroos. This method has decreased infant mortality by an additional 25%, giving more kids the chance to grow up and be anything they want to be.
Yeah, great. More Indians. Wow. Man, I'm absolutely I'm absolutely stoked the way they're doing this for every country in the world, right? God damn it.
What do you want to be?
Cricketer.
And you?
Cricketer.
Let me guess.
Cricketer.
Cricketer?
Doctor. Yeah, of the cricket team.
Isn't that racist? I'm just saying, right? Like, isn't that one of those like things that if someone other than Bill Gates said it, they'd be like, "Oh, you're racist." Mate, Indians like in cricket, I don't know. It's a bit of a stereotype, man.
Immediate kangaroo care is now recommended by the WHO and will be implemented around the world, including hospitals in the US, where Youth Force NOLA graduates like Sam's Joseph here will have new ways to look after mothers and their newborns. So, while we can't say that babies in the US are directly benefiting from Scottish cows, we can say our thousands of partners are doing amazing things. Because when you remove the barriers that prevent one person from doing what they aspire to do, who knows what the possibilities are? The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, partners of human potential.
Yeah, awesome. Message is pretty clear. If you're white and, you're a scientist, then, fucking hell, man. Dude. And what's this? Oh, yeah. As if that wasn't bad enough, right? Gordon Brown, the ex-UK, he was Prime Minister for a while. I mean, he was basically sort of the holder of the WEF position of Governor of the colony of the United Kingdom, is now coming out basically saying, "Oh, we need the pandemic treaty, bros. We need it so badly. Not, so that the WHO can like extend its powers over the entire world or anything like that. We need it, bros, right? Like, look, you never know what might happen. Check it out. This is some fucking top tier cringe right here."
COVID claimed 7 million lives and infected 700 million people. And last year, the International Monetary Fund estimated that the costs of the pandemic could go beyond $12.5 trillion. An influenza pandemic could well be worse, particularly as it could strike at the young just as well as the old. And this would deepen the human and the economic impacts. Member states of the World Health Organization are currently negotiating a pandemic treaty and revisions to the international health regulations. Success at this will come if countries are able to agree a wide-ranging and strong deal that creates incentives to cooperate between countries and companies. So the agreements between countries have to come first. We already have an idea of what might be useful. The current strategy to donate influenza vaccines in real time could be extended to all pandemics.
Fuck. Oh, even I can't handle him. Listen, I've got a clip of fucking Trudeau acting crazy. How about this? Look at his eyes, bros. Look at his eyes. He's starting to lose it. I'm pretty sure he's starting to lose it, right? He keeps saying the right words, right? He keeps calling everybody like racist, but for some reason, it's not working anymore, bros. I am hoping that he will, I don't know, spontaneously combust in front of like a press conference, and like, all the Canadians around will just like basically rush up to the stage and just start kicking the shit out of him. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Livy Drusilla, is he on the coke? Yeah, probably. He does look like he's had a long night. Fucking check this out.
This is what Pierre Poilievre is talking about when he talks about axing the tax. He talks about stopping the fight against climate change at a time where the country is burning, at a time where floods and storms are having an impact on every corner of the country, and at a time when Canadians are struggling with the cost of living. He wants to take away checks that put more money in their pockets. His ideology is so strong, he would rather watch the country burn and Canadians suffer than continue to fight against climate change and put the Canada carbon rebate in their pockets. That tells us an awful lot about the kind of choices he makes. As
now, just to give you an idea, right, like what he's bitching about, he's basically saying the opposition wants to reduce the carbon tax, and then he's like, oh my God, if we don't tax you more, the entire country is going to like light on fire. I mean, oh, bloody hell. Right, what the hell is this? Okay, no, skip that. Okay, right, funny videos. You guys can rest from the cringe. I'm sorry about the cringe fest. Thank you to Sadie's. I don't have enough funny videos because Telegram's blocked all my favorite spicy video channels. So, you know, this of course is a parody, but enjoy.
Totally sustainable English breakfast in 10 minutes. Start by grabbing some air-dried bugs on Amazon. These grasshoppers and crickets have more protein than pork and are totally carbon neutral. Then add a generous splash of soy milk, followed by 4 large spoonfuls of organic coconut flour. For meat colouring, try using organic beetroots. Add some oregano for smokiness and any seed oil of your choice. Blend the bug mix together until it thickens into an even slurry. 1 kilo of carbon neutral bug mince. Next, leave the bug mince in the refrigerator for 20 minutes until it oxidizes. Time to bring home the bacon. Simply mould your bug mince into traditional English sausages by hand using coconut flour to prevent sticking. For the bacon, slice a thin piece of bug mince and flatten it down into delicious rashers. Yumma yumma. Add some seed oil to a pan and boom, bug bacon, bug sausages, and even some homegrown compost mushrooms. Simmer lightly until golden brown before the totally plant-based egg alternative. Look at that golden yolk. Make sure to flip the plant-based egg and also flip everything else in the pan. To decolonize the dish, I use gungo peas instead of beans, before sneaking in some vegan black pudding for the final touch. And look at that, a full English breakfast. By using Ethiopian injera bread instead of plates, no washing up is required, making this English breakfast 100% sustainable and fully decolonized. Don't forget the ketchup.
Looks delicious, bro. This is Harry Enfield. He looks like he was like an old English like comedian. This is like funny. Check it out.
I've noticed quite a few actors have started sound a bit like Ricky Gervais in BBC 3 Channel 4 sitcoms, mentioning no names, phone shop, him and her. Yeah. At first, I thought, no, not for me. Then I thought, young people like them, can't be enjoying them. Yeah. Off to see Paul Whitehouse do some writing in his house. Mine's bigger. So's my house. Not gay.
Oh, Harry Enfield, yeah. When you're bringing back loads of money, yeah.
Oh. Bit sexist.
Ironic, postmodern, keep up Stavros, racist.
Greeks loved it.
Let's start writing comedy.
I hate Spastics Society as the former name of Scope. Can't believe they ever called it that. Totally insulting people with cerebral palsy.
I hate Mongolia as a holiday destination, yeah. Too hot for a more temperate climate.
I hate the Jews you get from vending machines. Always too sweet. Only like freshly squeezed juice, yeah?
Yeah. Celebrity friend. Yeah.
Coming round to see us. Yeah.
Go on, Jeeves.
I'll go, yeah?
Yeah.
Want to see Celebrity Otis.
Celebrity.
Come in, Nigel, mate. UKIP.
Nigel.
UKIP. Right, how's it going?
Well, a lot better than this. I mean, what is going on here? This is frankly embarrassing. What have you sunk to, Enfield? I mean, have some pride in your work. Though, to be honest, you've done nothing decent since loads of money.
Look at camera.
right? This is just stupid.
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like,
I'd be right up there with you, girl, except my dad kept saying this stupid...
Sorry about that. Goddamn fucking...
So my body count is 500, and it got me thinking, what is the average person's? Like...
I'd be right up there with you, girl, except my dad kept saying this stupid phrase throughout my childhood. It was so redundant. What was it? Oh, I love you.
Oh yeah, this is New York, I guess.
It's yours. That ain't my kid. That's yours. That ain't my kid. How are you going to tell me it's not? That ain't my kid. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? That's not my kid. Why are you
yeah, okay. Oh, this is from Texas Man's channel. I hope he's alright. I haven't seen him for a while, actually.
Tell me something your mom doesn't know and I'll buy you whatever you want.
I say the N-word harder.
What?
Dude. Oh, and this is some other old English comedy. It's really, really good watching it in current year.
England.
English, right.
Waiter, there's a fly in my soup.
Oh, yeah.
Angleterre, 3 points. France.
Waiter, there is a fly in my soup. Do not worry, sir. The spider on the bread roll will get in.
La France, 3 points. Deutschland.
Bitte, there is a fly in my soup. Jewish swine!
Deutschland, 6 Punkten. Israel.
Seite. There's a fly in my soup. That'll be £1 extra, sir.
Israel, 3 points. Ireland.
Waiter. Yes, sir.
There's a fly in my soup.
Don't worry, sir. I'll save him.
Oh man, I gotta start like watching like old English comedy again. Right, that's the end of the funny stuff. We are nearly at the cute animals. Let me just check entropy. Let me see. I'll just refresh. We have let's see. Jeffrey Mill with the $7. Let's see. Thank you very, very much, Jeffrey. Thanks, Newsfist. Oh, thanks, dude. $12 from Simon JJ. Great show, Newsfist, as always. Oh, thanks very much, mate. I really, really appreciate it. And from Use the Unique. You brought up weapons-grade psychological warfare about the COVID shit, and it's true. If old Joseph Goebbels was alive today, he'd be like, you need to chill. This is wrong. You've gone too far. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I could see him being like, you're going too far. You're going too far. No, wait. I fucked up the accent, but you know what I'm saying, right? Let's see. Okay, so we've got, and thank you very, very much, everyone who donated. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, so cute animals. We've got.
Bro, what's on your mind? Tell me what's on your mind. The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the human.
So that's what happened to Ted Kaczynski. Clearly, he has been reincarnated as a horse, bros. I don't know what this one is. Oh, yeah, I do. This is funny.
This is what I'm saying. We're walking home now. And he's like, no, I'm coming. You can't come with us, Neil. Buddy, I know you're lonely here, but you just can't come, bud. I'd love to take you home.
He wants to come home. Look how cute he is. Come on. Oh, and we have some bilterongs for Captain Crisps. I don't think he's in the chat, though. Crisps, are you here, bro? No, I don't think he is. Oh, well, if you're watching later, Crisps, these bilterongs are for you, buddy. Enjoy.
This cool appearance animal is the binturong, also known as the bear cat. It possesses a unique scent often described as smelling like buttered popcorn, which helps them mark their territory. Their tail can grow up to 35 inches and is prehensile, much like that of monkeys, aiding them in balancing from tree to tree. Female binturongs, which by the way are larger than the males, exhibit an incredible behavior known as embryonic diapause. This is a reproductive adaptation that allows them to delay embryo development in response to environmental stress, such as food scarcity, ensuring that offspring are born under more favorable conditions. Did you already know about binturongs? Let me know in the comments. This
There you go, binturongs. Right, and we've got another one as well. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Oh, some doggos for you all.
The corgi has a buoyant behind, which helps him swim more effectively. However, they are not natural-born swimmers, so proper swimming lessons are a must. Learning to swim has many benefits for our furry friends. It can help them build self-confidence while also improving their fitness. It's a fun activity for them that is... Oh dear. That is one soggy loaf. The potato takes a short break and gets fed yummy snacks by his servant. Meanwhile, the other potato decides to exfoliate himself with a refreshing sand bath. What a strange little fella. Luckily, potato number 1 was not deterred by the wave incident, and he is ready to get back in the water. And off he goes.
Aww. Right, what else have we got? Oh, more doggos. Enjoy.
Tell me when I say, hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove.
Aww. More doggos.
Did you just eat the whole turkey?
F in the chat for the turkey bros. Right. Some cats. Cute fluffer.
I was down, but now I'm yeah. This all God, this ain't no love. Yeah, I used to be stuck in that mud. Yeah, I was down, but now I'm I was down, but now I'm up like.
Aw, so floofy. And the last cute animal video of the night. This would be for Fox39 forever. If she's here, if you're watching later, Fox, this is for you. And that's it. That's the end of the show. Apologies for the technical difficulties, bros. I'll have it ironed out by the next one. I gotta fix my goddamn audio router. Let's say goodbye to everyone in the chat. Sadie Sapiente, Years the Eunuch. I will be on Discord and Dragons in about an hour and a half. Come along. Rat Fun King, Total Blackout Painting, Stormshade, Livia Drusilla, J Chiva Loophole. Who else? Stumbling. Good to see you, man. I think that's everyone in Rumble. Oh no, and Proper Pictures was there as well. He hasn't said anything in a while. In YouTube chat, Timmy Robinson, Simon JJ. Thanks very much for the donation, Simon. Total Blackout Painting, Victorian Time Traveller. I think that's everybody. And in the Odysee chat, Highland Fall, Smack Your Apocalypse, Jeffrey Mill. Thanks for the donation, Jeffrey. Camille, The Wicked, and Sui Generis, who I think has left, but thanks for coming. I think that's everyone. Right. I'll see you all on Thursday, or I'll see you on Discord and Dragons if you guys are coming, and I'll have the technical bullshit ironed out. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Bye.